Welcome back to
Start it over.
Welcome back to Take a Walk podcast, StevenCast edition, episode 2 for season 2. Well, episode 1 for season 2, but episode 2 of the StevenCast.
What episode of the podcast is that? What episode of the podcast is that? Is that our ninth
Just
podcast?
in total, I think something like that.
God, I can't remember.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we do so many things. Actually, if we upload this will be our 100th video on the channel.
Hey.
Is it really?
Yep, we are at 99. We have 99 videos.
Dope.
I know, right?
All right, cool. Let's do it.
All right. So yeah, this is podcast 9.
And this is the first thing we'll be releasing for season 2 of Take a Walk Productions.
Correct. Do you want to put that thing that we recorded in the botched Catherine attempt at the beginning of this episode?
Sure, I'll throw it in here.
Look at me. Both of you look at me.
Looking
Are
at
you
you.
ready? Are you ready?
Back it.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
What am I waiting for?
Come on, guys. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What am I ready for?
Follow along, all right?
Come on.
Welcome, guys.
Continue.
I don't understand
follow along with
what
me.
you
I'm
don't
following.
understand.
No, I want you to...
Okay, you know how in an RPG, when like all the characters just mindlessly follow behind you and they'll
Yes,
actually like go
yes.
into you? That's me right now.
Yes,
That's
okay.
what I'm doing.
So look at me, and you're going to
Okay.
do exactly what I do, okay?
Okay.
Welcome back to Take
this-
a Walk. No.
Sorry.
Why don't we start that over?
We're not.
Because I
we're
wasn't
not- okay,
ready.
Okay, ready.
Okay, let's do this.
Welcome back to
Jacksepticeye.
the Jacksepticeye's Fun Box. All right.
All right, one more time.
Welcome back.
Happy Game
To
Grumps.
See, we're on the same
Yeah,
page.
we're getting it. I think Kyle. I think
I
you're
think
the
I'm
one
the
that's
problem.
off.
Yeah.
I think you need to. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay, let's just
All right.
one more time.
One more time.
Welcome back to Take a Walk Productions Season 2.
Back to season 2.
Shut up.
Fortnite 2?
Start over.
All right. Welcome
back.
to...
Oh shit! I'm still on the second page.
Drop the back.
Welcome to Take a Walk Productions Season 2. Wait, this isn't productions, this is plays.
Well, I'm
Well, okay, this is
the whole.
Okay, this
Wasn't
is
it
the whole
top
show.
plays?
This is the.
Right, the whole channel is
we
in
don't
season
even know
2,
what we
right?
want. Yeah.
Okay, so the whole channel's
on
in season 2. Okay, then yeah, we're good.
Guys, I think we should stop the channel.
No, we're going 6 seasons in a movie.
A movie?
Yeah, 6 seasons in a movie.
At the end
That's
or in the
rule.
middle?
Are
we gonna SpongeBob this, or are we gonna, like,
before season 6?
drive this into the
And then
ground?
season 6 is gonna be like the epilogue season.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll come back in like 10 years and do another season.
No,
but
we
it
already
won't
have
be
to
good.
do that with our other
Yeah.
It
channel.
won't be as good though.
Yeah, Devon won't be able to make it.
It's gonna be a really big disappointment. For
I
the
won't
fans.
have to at that point.
They're gonna be like, it's gonna be like this super like built up thing, and then they're gonna be like, this is what we waited for.
No, I'll die of a drug overdose. So
No,
that's
you
what
won't have a
guys
drug
will talk
overdose.
about
You'll
it.
just have a big fight with the manager, and then they won't want you back
Which
on.
manager?
Me. Okay, that was funny.
Great. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, did you guys like that? I bet you did. You dirty little whores.
When you pop it in, can you just do the like the cough?
Oh, you're talking about that?
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know why I would do that, but
it just shows up. I don't know.
if
right.
you want me
Fight
to.
me. So
Devon, this is why we handle this.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just here to.
All right. So anyway, we watched Steven Universe season 2 now. We're making some good ground. This season's much shorter.
And
So
much better.
yeah. Yeah, okay, much better.
Yeah, looking at the videos. or
At least
episodes.
overall. I still think season 1 has some really good episodes, but also some shit ones.
I was gonna say some of this season has some of my favorite episodes. In fact, it has one of my favorite episodes, which is what was it? Sworn to the Sword.
Yep. Okay. So, from the beginning, after season 1, basically we left off after we found out that Garnet was a fusion. They fought off Jasper, but then Jasper fused with Lapis, and then Lapis dragged her to the bottom of the ocean. So that was
And
fucking
that's where
dope.
the Rule 34 begins.
That's not even where it
Christ,
began.
Devon.
It began a
Oh,
long
okay.
time ago, my friend.
Sorry.
Or at least between those two characters, probably.
Yeah, no, that I feel like that gets into the criminal stuff. But,
of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if I don't remember the last podcast. Did I like describe what happened in the season, or is it just like watch it? And we just talked about certain highlights.
I think we just talked about highlights. You might have given a very brief summary, but I don't think you did.
I think we talked about each character and then went into highlights and lowlights.
Yes, that's what we did.
Yeah, okay. So, I guess let's just get right into it and let's talk about Steven's arc in season 2. Just looking over this whole season, Steven doesn't have much of an arc, really.
He gets a lot more responsibility, though.
Yes, I can agree to that.
His powers are still pretty weak.
Yeah, he's getting the hang of his power. He's learning some new ones. I think at this point he's becoming more of like the keeping this dysfunctional group somewhat together, because I feel like the theme, at least at the beginning of season 2, was this group is falling apart.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's kind of like his whole battle for the first half of the season, at least up until Friendship, episode 14.
What was in Friendship?
Friendship, that was the one where Pearl and Garnet were trapped in the closing wall together.
Yeah.
And that's when they finally made up. Yeah. So yeah, Steven didn't really have much of an arc. The thing is, the way we're doing, like, if we're doing it by characters, it's more so like the season 1's going to have a lot more because it's the beginning of all the characters, and that's what we're talking about. With this, it's like, what were their arcs this season?
We could always say like what changed.
Yeah, what changed? Yeah, not a whole lot for Stevie.
Yeah, not a whole lot for most of the characters. A lot of them just kind of got like fleshed out a little more.
Yeah, for sure. Pro got worse.
Yeah, Pro got worse. That's basically throughout the entire series. That's gonna happen.
So is that a trend? Is that just a downward trend from here on out?
Yeah, basically. She gets slightly better, I think, in the last season. Or was that the movie?
Okay, I think Pearl... I mean, obviously, we'll get to more once the seasons go on.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a rough season for Pearl, certainly, but I don't think it's, like, the worst. I don't think she's the worst from here on out. I think she still has some great moments later on.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there, of course. Yeah. But no, this was a bad season for Pearl. And in that case, let's just jump into talking about Pearl, because there's not really much to talk about Steven here. Pearl started this season wanting to train Connie how to use the sword in Sworn to the Sword, which is a great episode. However, the lessons that Pearl was teaching Connie were really bad.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of hazy on that episode, but I'm starting to remember it now.
So that's the one where she's like, in a show that you've seen the goofy shit we went through with season 3 or season 1, and this is the same show that has like the Cookie Cat song and Let Me Drive My Van Into Your Heart, and now we have a song where the lyrics are
Let me become
what they
your
don't
slave.
know. Yeah, what they don't know is your real advantage. When you live for someone, you're prepared to die. Like that. This is the same show where she's basically saying, "Hey, just kamikaze yourself for the people you love."
I mean, that's what she did though in the wars.
That's what Pearl did, yeah. But Connie was not able to do that because she's got one life.
You just gotta.
She can't regenerate.
Yeah.
So that's probably a little bit of a problem.
A little bit.
Well, we just take longer.
There was a really good joke in that episode that I remember, Sam, that you really enjoyed. I can't remember what it was. Like Steven was reading a book on like how to talk to people. Yeah. And it was like, step 1, think about what you're gonna say. Step 2, say it. Yeah. That was pretty good.
That was a great joke.
I think that's a really good episode. It's further getting more into Pearl's toxic relationship that she had with Rose, where it was completely like codependent on her, which is not a healthy relationship. Kids, don't idolize people. It's not good for you.
Don't do idols, kids.
Yeah, that too. What, Devon?
I was gonna say, I mean, you don't want to just not idolize anyone. I think it just really depends on who you idolize. Because as a kid, you can idolize a lot of people, a lot of different people, but like you also might not understand some of their stuff is wrong, I guess. So you can falsely idolize people when they don't necessarily deserve it, or it's not a good thing.
Well, at that point, then don't idolize people. You can look up to them, just don't idolize them.
Isn't that basically the same thing, though, kind of?
Well, looking up to is more so like looking at them for inspiration. Idolizing them is they are the inspiration, and like everything they do is perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, idolizing someone is more like they are flawless. Like they're it's almost more like respecting them as a deity rather than as a person.
Okay,
right. Yeah. Which is definitely what Pearl does. And she tries to fucking back down from it. And Steven's like, did Rose make you feel like you were nothing? And she's like, Rose made me feel like I was everything. I'm like, that's bullshit and you know it. Don't try to fucking derail this. It's bullshit and you know it. But I really enjoy that episode, and I think it delves more into Pearl's arc with Rose, which hits a really big moment coming up in episode 8 of season 3, which is an episode I'm very excited for.
Yeah, I love that episode.
Okay, cool. No, just leave me hanging here, guys. That's fine.
No, we'll get there.
So basically, I'll explain the entire
No,
episode because I want to spoil it.
Thanks, Devon. Just tell me everything right now.
Please,
Greg
don't, Devon.
grows
Please.
a mustache, but it turns into his hair as well. And it has a living purpose, and it basically teaches Steven the values of life.
What's amazing is that
arc?
I wouldn't question that at all.
Yeah,
if
that would
you
make
told me that with all
sense.
seriousness.
And like,
Sam, you wouldn't question the fact that Greg already has a beard and now he grows a mustache?
no, it grows into his hair, basically. It grows so big that it also grows into his hair and becomes a sentient being.
All right, well, that was stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
I mean, you're talking to me. What do you
Hey,
expect?
you're beautiful. Don't even worry about it. I mean, I'm really just throwing mixed feelings at you, aren't I?
You're fucking awful, but also
Yeah.
you're
All
a
right.
good guy.
Anyway.
Like, don't even worry about it.
Moving along. Is there anything else you want to say about Pearl?
Well, she had the other big bad.
Oh, right.
Which
yeah,
was,
of course.
What was she doing? She was continually destroying that tower. Rebuilding it so that they had to destroy it again.
Yes.
But that was just so she could fuse with Garnet, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the big bad for Pearl in this season.
For sure. I think that episode is also like handled really well too. I'm a big fan of like facial reactions in animation delivering an emotion. In my opinion, one of the most powerful like moments, at least in the season, is when after Pearl gets caught, Garnet fuses with Amethyst and becomes Sugilite, and they destroy the tower, and it just cuts to Pearl like looking on in horror because the last time she saw Sugilite, like for one, the last time she saw Sugilite fucked her shit up, and for two, like getting caught in such a big lie, and she realizes like, oh god, my whole standing with this group is gone forever.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's also more important as well. It's not even just Pearl, it's also Garnet. Because you generally, throughout the entire season, you generally see Garnet as kind of emotionless almost. Not necessarily, but she's very stern.
Yeah,
the fact
she's
that
not
she doesn't
very
like to
emotive.
show anything, yeah. And then in the very next episode, I believe, I can't remember exactly.
It's the
what
next
it was.
one.
Yeah, it's the
She's
next
like
episode.
really pissed off.
Well, she's like angry, but it brings back the idea that a fusion is one person, but it's not necessarily one person. And it kind of delves into that because it never really explains it before. And it kind of goes into this idea that like, well, yeah, Garnet is trying to show no emotion, trying not to show that she cares about what Pearl did to her. But at the same time, she ends up splitting herself quite literally. Because she has this mixed opinion, because both of her halves kind of like see it differently and have to like work through it themselves, and are almost like fighting with each other because of that, but then kind of come out stronger.
Yeah, well, I thought it was an interesting metaphor. Like, I thought it was a good metaphor, literally splitting her up into two halves, because, you know, you can think two different things at the same time and be split in how you react to things.
Exactly, yeah.
And so, like, that's a real life thing, but they just took it and straight up, like, literally split her in half.
Yeah. I think it's also important to do that because I feel like a lot of the time I generally forget Garnet is a fusion, like, because you don't usually see the two halves very often.
Yeah. That was the first episode we saw them, right? Oh no, that was in the okay.
I like how in like when they're at the motel, you can see at one point like they ask Garnet a question and one hand is like shaking, the other one's just like thumbs up, like it's cool. Just to show that she's got like two halves battling out inside of her.
Which is kind of amazing because she's able to stay fused for so long. Because normally with every other fusion, the second there's like a mishap, I guess, like they immediately break apart. So it kind of shows that Garnet has that power of like they know each other well enough that even when they come up with like disagreements, they can still like hold it together, even though that's probably not for the best because you need to like
power of love,
figure that
baby.
out. Like, but that kind of goes into relationship parts.
Garnet this season, like I think we saw a lot more of her vulnerable side, particularly on the episode Keeping It Together, when they find all the corrupt gem fusions. And she almost breaks apart because she's like, this is the exact thing that I fucking hate. Like, this is my biggest fear. And she's always been like the one who's keeping it together. And that's just the episode name. Thanks. Thanks for Reddit Gold. And like she finally like almost breaks apart, but she pulls out in the end.
As you should.
But I think what's important is just like Steven seeing that vulnerability from her. And man, it's so funny because like we'll get to her in a minute, but like Amethyst has been like the bad example for like all of season 1. And now like the two people that Steven looked up to the most, he's seeing Garnet as more vulnerable and Pearl as more manipulative.
I think that's a really cool thing to say, like, throughout the whole series, actually, is, I'm not sure necessarily about Pearl, but definitely Garnet is, like, because when she starts out, you definitely see her as this, like, I guess, like, characters in general, like animes and shows, where it's like, this character is the character that they bring in to fix the problem.
The Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, they usually have them out, and then all of a sudden they come in and they just win because they're powerful. That's what Garnet started as. But as it continues, you actually see her that she's not that strong. She has her own challenges. She thinks about that stuff. She just usually like internalizes it and kind of solves it herself. And I think that's partly because she is two people. But like, I think it's interesting to see her faults because the show kind of likes to hide them and like hint at them rather than just being like, oh yeah, this person fails at this because of this. And I really like that with Garnet. Because I think that's the only really character that does it that way.
Yeah, well, Garnet's the most like emotionally mature of the group, but mature doesn't mean perfect. It just means like you're more stable and better equipped to handle things. So that's sort of Garnet's character. And yeah, at first she seems like she's just perfect, but in this one it paints her as more just mature. That was about the end of that thought, so.
Oh, well, I like that thought. It was a good one.
Yeah.
So yeah, Amethyst kind of like, I don't want to say she got better this season, but she stopped doing the stupid shit.
Yeah, which I really appreciated.
She's not doing any great shit, But she stopped doing the stupid shit. So
See, and here's proof. I just want to validate my opinion from the last podcast. I don't hate Amethyst. I hate when people do stupid things and get away with it. So
Right.
when Amethyst didn't do a bunch of stupid things this season, I had no beef with her.
I mean, she's a little annoying at times, but nothing insane.
She's a little annoying.
Can we talk about how I think this was the first season where we got to see Onion be a fucking terrible, or terrifying, entity?
No, Onion's always been terrifying. It's
Yeah,
just
but
He was
you
terrifying
never
from
really
the
see
first
him.
moment
You don't really see the weird shit he does. In Onion's friend, you really see that he's something else.
that was
you being bored.
that episode was a trip.
Yeah,
It was the best episode of the season. Come on, Sam.
It was the best.
Yeah, it was the best episode of the
It
season.
was the best. I had to
I
think
knew
about
you
it, but it's the best.
So not a lot to say about Amethyst really, except she got better. On a separate note, because I feel like the MVP, at least the second half of the second season, is Peridot. They finally ended up catching her and turning her into a small child.
Oh,
God, she really got tiny too.
She did, I know. And I talked about this before, but God, the storyboarding can get a little rough at times.
can you show a picture? Can you show that picture, Sam, in editing, just with
Boom.
Yeah.
There it is. Wow.
that's freaking
Look at all
ridiculous.
those different sizes.
Look at
Yeah.
that. You see this and that looks ridiculous.
You can't do any.
Slap that.
I'm just
shit.
kidding. That's
Get
really
it out of here.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ugh. Disgusting. Anyway.
Now, look, I get animation's difficult, but come on, y'all, storyboard better.
I don't know. I mean, does that happen later on, or is that just
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This happens through the whole series.
I never really noticed it, so I feel like it was never really a problem. But if somebody
You-
points it out, it looks really bad.
You want to notice it more? Just watch Yellow Diamond throughout the series.
Yellow Diamond. She only shows up 4 times.
Yeah, well, you'll see them. Anyway,
She big though.
she's
She
big,
thick,
yeah.
man.
So anyway, Peridot kind of goes through a arc where now that she's kind of powerless, she needs to adapt to Earth because she's kind of stuck there. When I first was, for full disclosure, I first started watching this season live at Keystone Motel, which is episode 11 of the season. That's when I started watching it live. So everything from there, I was watching along with everyone else. And the whole time with Peridot's arc here, I was like, I don't trust this. She's gonna go fucking evil, 100%.
I'm kind of glad she. Well,
I mean, we'll go into what she does later.
I was gonna
but,
say she straight up just says "fuck you" to the big top diamond.
Yellow
lady,
Diamond, yeah.
I mean, I think she's pretty. She's kind of stationary in that, which I almost wish they made it a little more ambiguous.
God, I would have loved it if she did just drop an F-bomb in that episode.
Fuck you! Yeah, that would have been fucking great. But also, probably not good for the kids. Anyway,
Gotta learn one day.
yeah, but I think it would have been more interesting, and I want to say things, but I can't for spoiler reasons. But I think it
course.
would have made it more interesting if they did have her have a more ambiguous kind of motives, I guess, instead of just straight up being because they do leave it for a little bit, but she's not really a threat. But then at the end of the season, she obviously does the whole yeah, screw you, I'm going to become a rebel. But I kind of wish they didn't do that and kind of left it more open, so that way you'd wonder oh, is it? And then maybe have her have little, because they did do that little thing where she stole the communicator crystal, but it was a not even full episode problem. It kind of ended pretty quickly.
I think my problem is I feel like there should have been an episode between It Could Have Been Great and Message Received, because I don't feel like Peridot really got a moment in between taking the the communicator thing and calling Yellow Diamond to where she could appreciate Earth.
It immediately
to a point where
happened,
she would, yeah. Like I don't 100% feel it was earned.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better if she like stole the communicator, and then, or she stole like a piece of it, and maybe she had to build something. So as she was trying to build something, Steven was like showing her the world, and then like she still calls it at the end because she's still like, oh god, because they find out that she's building it. So have the same plot point, but just like kind of extend it a little bit.
Or maybe even like maybe instead of that terrible idea that you have. No. Maybe instead like it have a little bit more before that, and then when she is calling Yellow Diamond's like, yeah, just fucking destroy the Earth, whatever. It would like Peridot would like look conflicted, and maybe like you could run like some flashback images of her like adapting to Earth. So then it feels more like what's going through her head. Like it gives you more of a clear vision.
Yeah, because they do all the adapting to Earth like later on, honestly.
And they did do it a little bit before with like when it rains and everything.
They did it like once or twice, but I feel like that wouldn't be enough.
Not to a point, like, yeah.
Like, I want to like abandon my whole life like to save this planet that I've been on for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
Because I think before that she was like, I hate this planet. It fucking sucks. I just want to go home.
And then even in it could have been great. It could have been great. She was like, man, you should just let this fucking shithole become a colony.
Right? It's like that was, I think that was in the same episode. Like,
yeah, that was the one right before Message Received.
Yeah, so it's like,
I don't know. Nah. I wasn't huge on the Peridot arc, personally.
Yeah. Honestly, like, what we're getting at here, I think, is that she just needed more time to develop.
Right.
Because it happened in a couple episodes where she went from like, yeah, this planet sucks, let's just destroy it, to, like Devon said, just basically giving the big FU to the Yellow Diamond. Mm-hmm. So it happened way too fast.
Dude, I want a picture of just Peridot flipping the double bird to Yellow Diamond. That'd be great.
I can't promise you the double bird, but I can definitely send Sam an image that he can easily edit into that with one bird.
One bird?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll do that.
I'll try. Here's the original. Here's the image that Kyle sent me, and then here's my version.
It's pretty good, right?
Bingo.
Yep. And Bingo was his name. Oh.
Make sure to give her a hat.
No, don't do that. Stop. Take the hat off.
Not a top hat though. Like it has to be like a really nice hat.
Throw it off.
I'm getting mixed messages here.
Don't use the hat. Thank you. Okay. So yeah. Don't get me wrong. From here on out, I love Peridot. I just don't think it was a great start, in my opinion. But, Also, another thing I wanted to talk about is the episode Nightmare Hospital.
Oh, I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, God. What was that one?
That was the one where Connie's mother finds the sword.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. And there's the... what are they called? Where it's like all the shards that are...
or whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was cool because it was like... There's times in the series where it's like, oh, geez, like there's enemies and they're attacking me and I'm running away because I'm weak and I can't fight them. There's times like that, but there's never really a point where there's like tension. I feel like that's the first episode where there's actually tension, which I wouldn't say it would have a horror, but it kind of gives off that vibe and I kind of like it.
I don't know, man.
You still know that like nothing's gonna happen, but it's cool. It's like it's almost like the zombie idea. I don't know. I love it.
I think the sounds they make are really
that too.
Skin crawly. And even just the way they look. But as you know, I'm a real big fan of like nice little touches, like details and these kind of things. At one point, Connie says, like when her mom is like, I know everything about her. And Connie's like, you don't know anything at all. You still haven't noticed my glasses. They don't have lenses. They haven't had lenses for a year now. And actually, if you look, the episode, I believe...
Well, she pops him out at one point.
Yeah, she pops him out in the episode that, like, she gets her vision fixed.
Yeah.
And if I'm correct, I think that episode took place, like, a year before that one.
I was gonna say, wasn't that the first season?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it was
that was
pretty
September
early on.
18. That was September 18, 2014, and this episode was September 10th, 2015. So it was like almost exactly a year later.
Damn. Was the production just like keeping up with the actual timeline of the show?
Yep.
All right.
I think it's clever.
Well done.
I like
That is clever.
Um,
I didn't realize that much time had passed.
yeah. So the show kind of maintains the timeline as it goes. That's why like Steven has a couple birthday episodes.
But he actually doesn't.
Did you have more than one?
We
I know the
skipped
one
his
that
first.
just happened.
so far, I think.
Yeah, we skipped his
one because
we skipped his first birthday
awful.
episode because that one's annoying.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't remember it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the
That probably
basically in
helps.
that episode. It's the opposite of the most recent one. He starts becoming really old.
Because he's like, oh, I'm becoming old. Oh, no. And because
It
they're
was
like,
something
you're
like that.
older now. It's going to be great. And he's like, older, but old people die. And then he just starts freaking out.
I don't think that was the motive,
No,
but-
it's not. But like, he starts freaking out and like,
Yeah, I don't remember
turning himself
exactly.
old,
I
and
just remember that. Yeah,
it was bad.
but yeah, this is his second birthday episode, where he's 14.
I don't
Yeah.
believe you. You're wrong.
You can look at the wiki page,
Nope,
dude.
didn't happen.
Okay. Anyway, so season 2 better than season 1.
Yeah.
More condensed than season 1.
Yeah.
I like that it's setting up, like it removed 2 old villains and it set up 2 new ones. You know, Jasper and Peridot are pretty much gone, and now it's the Cluster and then Yellow Diamond.
I wouldn't necessarily say Yellow Diamond is a threat right now. I think that's later.
Yes, but like we know that she exists now, and that is enough like knowledge for us as the viewers to be like, that's gonna be a problem later.
I guess.
I would insist the way that they set her up makes me feel like she's going to be pretty much a main villain,
Yeah.
like one of the biggest baddies.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
All right.
I
Well,
was going to say, I
very
could
great.
answer that question in extensive detail, but that would be spoiling the entire series. So
I mean, a
can
simple
answer
yes
that
or no would
question.
have done fine, but
even
I can answer that question.
would spoil, so
I can answer that question in song.
please don't.
Good
never
God,
talk to
please
me or
don't.
my child
All right,
ever
fine.
again.
Anyway, so anything else you guys want to talk about? Highlights or lowlights?
Did you say Sadie's song?
Sadie's song is a highlight. Thank you.
Episode
Oh.
16.
yeah, I forgot about that episode.
Yeah.
I can't help it if I
it's-
make a scene. Stepping out of my hot pink limousine, I'm turning heads and I'm stopping traffic. When I point, they look, and when I pose,
I think the answer was a nice little touch one. Because
the answer is a good episode.
It's a good
pretty.
episode. It's pretty. It's nice. It kind of guts in, says what it needs to, and then leaves.
You know what,
It also
Devon?
gives a little more about Garnet, which I always like because
It's
Garnet's
pretty.
like kind of this enclosed character you don't get to learn a lot about. So whenever there's an episode just based on her, it's like, ooh, I get to learn about this mysterious character.
it's pretty. It's nice. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow. This episode was nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Short Form Animation.
see,
Yeah.
Well
Ain't
done.
that cool?
I mean, it didn't win,
Well, you
bad
know.
vibes, but I mean, whatever.
I wonder what did win.
I don't know.
Let me check. Let's see. 2014 it said?
In 2008, 2009.
No, 2016. It was
Yeah, it's
2016.
2016.
All right, cool.
Oh wait, no, that's when that started.
Oh, fucking Robot Chicken one?
Oof.
Get out of here.
Wait. Would it have been? Yeah, no, never mind. I was wondering if it would have been for the previous year, but that makes no sense. So just forget about that.
That's all right. I will. Huh. Well, now I'm just looking at. Whoa. What? Nice.
What?
Just regular show won an Emmy. I didn't know that.
Wow, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it won for the episode Excellent, which that's fair. That's a good episode. But it beat out Too Young for Adventure Time. I don't know about that.
Too Young is an episode.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. I don't know. I definitely don't know names of Adventure Time. There's
Man, an
no
Adventure
way.
Time episode beat my. Hold on, did Steven Universe ever win one? It didn't. Yikes.
Rip.
Sad days.
Got close though.
So, do we have any other closing remarks?
I don't think so.
No, I figured these podcasts would probably be
They're probably
kinda
shorter,
short.
yeah.
Yeah,
we're
because
just-
we don't have as much like. There's
The
there's
first
not
one was
enough
longer
laying
'cause we had to-
down, like,
yeah.
the base for the
Now-
series.
Yeah. I will say though, Sam.
Also, season 1 is way longer.
Yeah. I'm really excited for you to see season 3 because, especially in the beginning, we return to your favorite character.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Onion.
Oh boy. Yes.
Onion gets his whole arc.
Onion returns.
Yep.
No,
They find out that
Effie-
Onion was actually controlling Yellow Diamond. Oh shit! Spoilers. Sorry.
We actually go back to the best character in the entire series, which is Frybo.
Frybo. Sam
that
didn't
the-
even see Frybo. We skipped
I was
that
gonna say we
episode.
skipped that episode because it's fucking terrifying.
Don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
There's like what is that called? Like this mascot suit of the fry
Yeah.
business like comes to life, and I think starts like trying to feed people like fries, but he's aggressive as shit. I don't
Yeah.
remember it too much.
Why did we skip that episode? It sounds amazing.
Ugh.
Let's go back and watch it then. We have it on Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah,
Who?
Hulu. I don't even know who. All right, that was a bad joke.